Yo, 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 yeah. Yeah, Rangy Wiki the Rangster Man checking in. And first things first, before anyone say that I don't respect the proper dress code, just have to tell you, say, Bumbaclaat. Yeah, man. Not too shabby. Not too shabby clothing. So big up Little Reese and not too shabby clothing. Man is working these t-shirts and raising money for good causes. So always support the artistry wherever you are in your neighborhood. Yeah man, good things are going. So this is just a little recap and a little shout out to all the people I crossed paths with and boosted me up on my recent trip to Bristol. Back in hometown. Home is where the heart is, they say, but home, home is wherever you do some growing. And experience is about learning, and learning is about growing, and growth is life, and that's what we come here to do. So it's a big trip because in many ways it just brings me back in touch with so many strands to which I am connected, but to which I have been disconnected. And it happens all the time, especially in this day and age today. Pressures coming all day, every day, from many different directions. And most of it is distraction and confusion. So we really have to concentrate on giving what is good and what is essential to ourselves and to everyone else to whom we are connected. And that is how we will see the expression of the one. And that's the we have to work with in this time. So Bristol, boy, absorption overdose, Too much going on. Too many people. You can't get far in Bristol. I can't even reach the end of the street. Boy. So let's try and break it down, because otherwise I'll just be rambling for ages. Family and friends and food and frequency. All of these things are interlinked and interconnected. All part of the strand of connectedness. All is connected, all are affected. So let's start off with the food. Boy, talk about a holy day for me to step back in Bristol with this overdose supply of nourishment and wild and wonderful foods. All the good stuff that we should be eating, but depending on where you live and what is offered to you in the shops and what you can afford, sometimes seeking real wholesome nourishment is very difficult. And it depends on the culture you're in as well. Here I am in the countryside in France, nice weather coming on, trying to grow some things in the garden. That's a lottery in itself, and you have to put in the work. But when you have a different persuasion to that which is around you, like here, traditional French cuisine and all that, to be honest, there's a whole load of kind of dead animal dish and all that kind of stuff. And it is so much the opposite of what my way of being is about, what I'm trying to express in this life living time. So why you want to go and kill off some poor animal and bust it on a fire and give some burnt offering, and take that sacrifice and call it a nice tasty meal? So that always puts me at odds in a way. And in Bristol, it's just so easy, because not only do you have a massive uptake and long-standing population of veggie culture, and vegan is not a sign of being an extraterrestrial freak, Vegan is kind of normal now. And in fact, soon it will be the majority, I am sure. At least in that one little place. That's just one aspect of the Bristol magic. So while I was there, I went and checked out one day of Veg Fest Bristol. And I didn't get a chance to see everything. I didn't get a chance to take all my free samples. But enough goodness for the mind, body, and soul. And you just get an impression of how widespread this whole movement has been. I've been doing this over 30 years now as a lifestyle, in that, food is the start of it all. You need food in your belly to keep you nourished and keep you fueled up to do all the works you have to do. And food is necessary for the mind and for the spirit as well. So again, it's all about attuning and aligning to that which you know is right. Because we only come here to do right. We don't come here to do wrong. What is everyone claiming for? Everyone is claiming for stand up for your rights. Stand up for equal rights. For women's rights. For children's rights. For human rights. For animal rights. For universal rights. And that's what we have to do, to step in tune with the universe, This little planet Earth, this little laboratory experiment, can we give up? Can we give up that sense of need, being in need of showing and expressing and demonstrating only violence and destruction? And yes, of course we can. But that's the individual and the collective works that we have to do. So Bristol, for me, it's just wonderful to see that this is a whole level of raising the consciousness, raising the habits that people are going through every day, and raising up their vitality, because the vibrancy is so strong. And when you see that people really are starting to spend more time in their day, taking out 10 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours on Stokescroft in one of them cafes, loitering around and exchanging experience and knowledge and being together, but over a plate of food, Very powerful, coming from this kind of like desert where I'm living, where I am just of an exception. And the onus, the pressure is always to just go along with what is easy, to conform. Enough people talking about bust up the system, but are they busting up the system in themselves? Are they just conforming to the norm? And said that the norm is always dictated by the industry, the corporates, and all that cabal of wicked system sorcerers that is out there. And they're only doing it to extract, suck out the life force. So whether it be of the animals, or it be of you and me, or of the land and the natural resources upon which we depend, the air, the earth, the water, So these are all things to bear in mind if you still see that this whole movement of vegan vitality is not possible, and that it's improbable, and that we are the extreme separatists. Because it's not about that. It's all about connecting up all those dots. So that's food. And then you have family and friends. Well, I just can't get enough charge of that right now. Today is the anniversary of my father's passing through unforeseen, unfortunate, and unscrupulous circumstances. And that's a different journey in itself, but, family is what it is all about. And I know if even some people who's watching this, who have families, they know what I'm talking about. I can't even start to express it. But the one big boom baff I had in my face when I was in Bristol is that I realized how much I have been keeping myself separate. Bumbaclaat business that. I even left Bristol because I felt separate. I didn't see the connection necessarily with things that I was into. And sometimes I feel like people's off in their separate groups. Now, I just feel like the oneness. I feel it. When I step out on that street and you just keep bucking up on someone every 2 yards, and you have to sight them up and salute them, and there's things going on, and people making connections 24 hours a day. So that gives some kind of consolation. You don't feel in amongst this midst of racing, running bodies that you are apart from them. Because someone is going to come to you. And the person that comes to you will be there for a reason. So check it out. Check out that energy. You know? Because there's a different story. And we all are here to learn from each other's stories. Like I say, it's all about the experience. You know? So let's make it a good experience. Let's make it a learning experience. And that's what I get now from my family. My sister and my children, they teach me so much about what they have learned from their perspective, from their experience. And it's so wholesome and reassuring for me to know that people are finding and forging their path through life without the fear. Because fear is a big factor these days. And it's not just closing off your mind to the fear and saying, oh, we're just going to deal with the fun now. Because fun is just a sentiment that we feel when we're doing things right, when we're on the right track and things is going like they're supposed to be. And when I say supposed to be, I mean we have the potential. We just have to try and realize it. Man only have to try. And so I kept on getting these things, like running into people and say, boy, Rangi, where you been there? So 20 years, 25 years. And yet I can still go down in the shop in Picton Street and in Galliford and man is recognizing me and and glad to see me. And that's humbling. That's really humbling, you know. Not to say that the shopkeeper, man in my neighborhood, is giving me a little discount or let off something. But who are the people in your neighborhood? Who are the people in your neighborhood? Who are the people in your neighborhood? You know? Whether it be neighbors, friends, family, all these people are here to come and interact and intersect with us. And, you know, go off in the hills and try and do your thing, live rootsman style, work hard at trying to live simple. You know, it's like the natural cycles. It's just one turn and another turn and another turn and another turn. And I could just stay here for years until I see out my time. But I come to share, you know, and I come to be. I am a man Benjamin. I got family the whole wide world over. I spend my life trying to bring us together. Because it's the one tribe we're dealing with right now. Yeah? And we have to live that rather than just say it. Tell you, say, I'm done with slogans, man. I'm done with slogans. The only slogans I'm putting up now is my Rangi wisdom that I'm going to print up on shirts. Like, not too shabby, man. Bumbaclaat. Frequency. Kind of leads on. The first two lead us on to this. Frequency. Bristol is up. Is up, is up, is up, is up, is up, is up. It's just keep going higher and higher and higher. And I haven't even been there for enough time. So I haven't even seen that progression, but I come in now and see it's the same old Bristol magic, but you know what? Just like you and me, it is evolving. It is evolving. And it is getting higher. And evolution is not some Darwinian rampy-pampy theory thing. Evolution is the natural ascension of the human spirit. And you see it manifest now. You know, back in the 80s, some of us, we talk about this thing called collective consciousness. And some man talk about it, but they never really know, say, what it's going to be like when it starts playing out. Well, it's starting to play out now on a bigger scale. And as much as we are just subject to all the energies that come down on us from the sky, either whether it be from the holy firmament or from blasted chemtrail pollution or some shit like that, but we are subject to that. So we are all under the influence, just as we are all under the influence of the system. But we have to raise our vibration. We have to raise our vibration. And that's on a day-to-day level, on an individual level, on a family level, on a social level. Because otherwise we're just going to stay trapped up in the same habits, what we get used to. Man can get used to good things, man can get used to bad things. And this is where the freedom of expression comes in. Because who is really free? And do you know what it feels like to be free? What freedom do you seek? What freedom do you search and try to attain? For me, all of that just has to be of universal application. It has to benefit each and every one of us. And it has to benefit the living world, which is giving us life. So, frequency. And boy, I just see that. I see that in a way that it hasn't been expressed in my existence here in France. And it happened in certain places to certain degrees. But you know, we just have to keep pushing. Beyond, au-delà, as they say in French. Beyond the horizon. We don't come here to walk to the horizon, get to the edge, take a look and say, right, I'm turning back and I'm going back. You know? Just this says, same as you don't go and get sick, so you can go to the doctor and get some magic pill or potion and say, I just want to get back to normal, and then you go back to being normal, which is what made you sick in the first place. So there is an inevitable quality to what we are doing, what we are living and feeling. And if we close off from that, then we stay on the flat line. The flat line leads to the downfall of humanity. The fear trip, the end game scenario. Don't bother with that. That's their trip. Our trip is to climb the mountain and climb higher and higher and higher. And right now I feel that that is never to be in question ever again. So let's just concentrate on the works that must be done. You know? Like I say, you have to demonstrate if you want to penetrate, to feel it resonate. Yeah, man. And that's what we can do, you know. Bumbaclaat! Sorry, I'm just gonna play that one over and again. I'm so happy my son bought me this t-shirt. I'm so happy that Reese made it. For a long time. So yeah. So I don't know how this is gonna come up. It's all jumbled and rambling and, you know, I have to try and splice it up and cut it up. And fit it in a format, because that's it. We all live into format now. Well, I'm someone that never choose to live to format, and I refuse. That's my stubbornness, my obstinacy, is to not just go along with being the yes, when yes is not the right answer. When yes, saying yes to the negative, to things that are not positive, to things that are against our human interest, our natural instinct, our inner intuition. So don't say yes to those things. And it's a hard struggle. It's a hard fight. You know, I'm only here because I keep paying my bills and my taxes. And I ain't going to be able to do that for much longer. So, you know, hard times is coming. But Bristol Magic, boy, I just wish I could bag it up. That's what I do. I got so overwhelmed by the openness and expression of, I'm going to call it love and truth, because in amongst all the step-ins, you know, that's what I see happen. That's what I see playing out through the music, through the interaction, through the works that people are doing together. And even amongst those stepping into new zones and new territories, Bristol is a very welcoming and open-armed, open-hearted place, you know. And I think that's why I went there in the first place, you know? So it's like all the arms we need. Yeah, we have all the arms we need. And like one brother told me, Rangi, you are Bristol and Bristol is you. So you can't turn yourself away from that, no matter how long you try and stay away. And, you know, I really do count my many blessings for all that I have taken and received and been able to share on this recent journey. And now, back to work. Bumbaclaat. Just love, that is all.